This video is only part of an unpaid, unbiased, in-depth review from an average rider's perspective, so check out the rest in the link below at thegoodride.com. If this video helps, please consider subscribing and buying through our links, or even better, become a member on YouTube or Patreon. You'll get exclusive access to video review shorts as we test gear, along with a lot of other perks. So thanks for watching, and I hope this review helps. Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie, and this is the Nidecker Kaon-X. Next to it is the Kaon Plus. I rode this in a wide variety of conditions on a bunch of different boards, more than I can mention, but I spent almost a season with these guys. I put them on the Nidecker Mellow, the Yes Optimistic, Nidecker Thruster, the Escape Plus, and a few other boards. I also used the Burton Kendos and the Nidecker Rift APX, a boot I really liked, and compared them against Kaon Plus, the Supramatic, the good old Union Atlas, my daily driver. But to give you a short summary, the Nidecker Kaon-X is a relatively inexpensive binding. It has some shock absorption, but not a lot. It doesn't have a ton of adjustability. It's very plug and play. It has that nice balance between having a soft, mellow, more freestyle or surf style oriented high back, but still has a responsive base plate and just a good supportive all around feel that matched up with a wide variety of boards. And I'll tell you, I liked this Kaon-X, which is less expensive than the Kaon Plus, better. Now, when we're talking about weight, these are 2 pounds. It's pretty light. It's on the lighter end of the spectrum. For reference, my Union Atlas are 2.2 pounds, and that's starting to get on the medium to medium heavy side. And a really light binding is 1.8 pounds. So you're getting a nice light binding for this price point. If you compare it to the Kaon Plus, that's 2.2 pounds. So you're definitely stepping it up. I think you're paying a little more for this, all this extra strap going on here. Now, when it comes to the Highback Flex, you can see it's got a nice, soft, easy twist, but not that much give on this side and a lot more give on this side. They call this Hadron technology. I say flip the D and R around, and that's what I'm getting down here when I flex this nice, mellow high back, because I love that kind of flex. I don't like a stiff high back. And this is even a touch softer in the Plus series. And I think this is just right for me. I love this flex. Doesn't bite into my calves and still feels like it's symmetrically responsive on the heel side. Now, when it comes to flex underfoot and buttering, it's not a bad base plate. They try to eliminate some contact with the board, but it's not like their higher end base plates that have almost no contact, rubber throughout the bottom. But overall, it's got a decent flex underfoot. It's not dead, but it's definitely not fully alive and twisting and flexing naturally from tip to tail, but I was fine with it, especially at this price point. So when it comes to turn initiation response, I'll tell you one thing. I didn't check these bindings out at all when I got them. I just put them on my board and rode them. And I'll tell you, I was pretty surprised at their price point. I thought these turned better than their price point. They're definitely a good binding edge to edge, and even on boards like the Optimistic and the Mellow, which are wider and bigger for me and my size 9 boots, they turned pretty well. They were a little behind my Atlas and other bindings out there, but not that far behind. I feel like they can turn a lot of different boards, especially for this price point. Yeah, they match up really well with like the Escape and the Escape Plus. Those are kind of like better boards for these bindings, but overall, you could put them on a more demanding edge-to-edge board and do all right. So when it comes to shock absorption and dampness, you don't have a lot going on here. You just have a thin EVA pad across the top of the footbed. Then when you're looking at the heel, you have a plastic bar that runs underneath your heel. Then you have a rubber plastic combo that's more plastic than rubber, but feels softer than this here to dampen up the ride on your heel. You have a soft mellow EVA pad right here, but it's not symmetrical. And then the rest is kind of hard, but I was surprised at how damp it was, and it does a pretty good job absorbing chatter. It's not the best of the best, but it's really good for this price point. Now, when it comes to support, I really liked this ankle strap, and this toe strap wasn't bad either. In comparison to the Kaon Plus, I didn't like this as much. I like this strap system with flow and a quick release high back, but I didn't really like this strap system without that because it was hard to get in and out. But I really like the ankle strap of the Kaon-X. I thought it was very supportive, and I thought the toe strap wrapped around my boot really well. This stretches a little too much for my taste, and I would love to see them make the middle part stiffer, but overall it worked well enough and it's really easy to adjust. Ratchets are nice and smooth. You can just one-hander commander this, and they're fine, no complaints there. So when it comes to adjustability, there isn't much going on here. You have a non-adjustable base plate. You just can't really slide this gas pedal in or out. And I'm having trouble figuring out the adjustability of the inside here. You can see there are some holes that you can use here, but I think that's all for high back rotation. You might be able to move the high back forward a little bit. And it's weird, I'm seeing two parts here, not one uniform plastic construction, but actual two parts here. And I'm trying to figure out how you can get it to release, but it just has a smooth screw, so I don't think it's made to slide back and forth. So this is really plug and play. You have some discs that slide this way. They're Burton channel compatible, obviously. Most people will have to put this heel to toe and slide it that way so they can center their boot on the board and have easier turn initiation. All you really have is forward lean and a little bit of high back rotation, I think. It might do more than that, but that's all I could figure out. It's different than most bindings I'm used to. So all in all, this Kaon-X was one of my favorite bindings out of their line that I tried this year. I had a really good time with this, and I felt like it did a really good job in comparison to a lot of other bindings that are at a higher price point. So other than adjustability, I would say this is a very recommendable binding, especially if you like a soft high back, but you still want some kind of mid-level response. There you have it. Giving advice on YouTube is very difficult because I need a lot of info from you to actually help. So if you want real advice, fill out the Me Harmony profile in the link below so I can help you properly.